Hello everybody, Bishop here. So I'm going to be going over, basically kind of what this game entitles. This is EverQuest, by the way. So we're going to create a new character, and we're going to kind of go over what's in EverQuest. So we have 16 races, along with 16 classes. You got your standards. This one, Barbarian, is a race and not a class for you D&D folk. We got the Dark Elves, the Dwarves, the Elderites. We got the Gnomes. We got Half Elves, Halflings, High Elves, Human, Iskar, and for you Skyrim people, Argonian. Ogres, Trolls, Vashia, or Khajiit for you Skyrim people, Wood Elves, Froglocks, and Draken. Now for classes, we have Bard, Beastlord, Berserker, Cleric, Druid, Enchanter, Magician, Monk, Necromancer, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Warrior, and Wizard. Each have their strengths, each have their weaknesses, each have different stats that they go off of. Have I not played? Oh, I haven't played a lot of these things, but I've never played Draken. This is a little description of what the race informs. Draken are humans touched by dragon's blood. They're created by 6 dragons of the nest to protect Asheron's bloodline of Dorath. And all the highlighted ones are classes available to them. I've never played a bard. I typically normally play enchanters, but enchanters are not standalone characters. They're mostly used, just like I said in previous videos, used to enchant materials for crafters. And so they're kind of a money character. And also some of their buffs are required for raids, so. Clerics are pretty much healers. I think druids do it too, but I'm not sure now. I haven't played most of these classes on this game. Like I said, I was mostly just based around this. Enchanter, no. I might try Draken. Froglocks are just cool. Females just wear breastplates. There is male and female versions of each one of these. Customize the race as you want. You go into different facial features. The dwarves, you could actually give the females a beard, which is fun. Kind of go through and I'll kind of show the different variants. This character is going to probably just be like a series character where I just kind of go through quests and all that. So when I picked the game back up again, I started doing what I kind of did back in the day, which was mostly grind and farm. But since it's been heavily updated since I majorly played back in the day, I kind of need to get into relearning the game. So, best way to relearn the game, start from the roots. So, now I just gotta decide what I want to play. Now the Iskars are kind of like how they are in Skyrim, or should I say, the Argonians are like the Iskar, and there are a lot of similarities between the two. Like if you read the little thing, the fearsome and savage reptilian race on Norath is known as the Iskar, and with their significant height, scales, and long tails, Iskars are intimidating in their appearance. However, the reptilian physiology grants them a natural affinity for water, as well as enhanced regeneration. Sound familiar, Skyrim people? Now, there's a drawback for playing Iskars. Iskars are essentially the slave race, kind of like how they were in Skyrim. So they're kind of hated by everyone. The classes also can bring up a little summary of what they do. I think the Shadow Knight is kind of see. Yeah, so the Shadow Knight is basically what I thought was essentially a dark energy paladin, whereas paladins draw their it's fine, not an evil race, where paladins draw their power from the light. Shadow Knights draw it from darkness. You can worship deities. Your deities, I've always been agnostic in the game, but you can worship deities, which gives you access to certain locations on friendly terms. Like gnomes, for example, if you worship, was it Brel? Is it Brel? That's the evil one? Or is it Batrox? The Plaguebringer. So if you worship the Plaguebringer, there is an actual thing next to Arcanon that's specifically for these guys to go into. You're viewed as evil with it. Necromancers are pretty much self-explanatory for a necromancer. You command undead, you command dark powers. So we'll try to go through everything. I need a bard character. Here we go. So the bard is a jack of all trades, adventurers who use music to create a wide variety of magical effects. Though they often use melee weapons, bards are primarily a magic-using class, with the ability to wear plate armor and wield many different types of weapons and instruments. Bards can do a little bit of everything. Their songs can regenerate health and mana, increase the attack speed and accuracy, momentarily charm enemy or angry enemies, help friends resist many types of damage, and even directly damage enemies. Bards are perhaps best known, however, for their ability to greatly increase the foot speed of their group. Bards have the unique ability to create multiple effects at once by weaving different songs together. A bard can customize effects to any situation. This makes nimble fingers and quick thinking a must for those who want to play a bard. Bards do well both alone and in groups. With a right combination of songs, they can adapt to many different challenges. A bard is a great class for players who enjoy a wide variety of play options, but are quick to adapt to a changing situation. I cannot read today. Let's see. The Beast Lord. Beast Lords are the masters of raw nature, whose focus this energy into themselves and their wander pets. Beast Lords are primarily a melee class with the ability to wear leather armor and wield blunt weapons, or use their bare hands to attack. Beast Lords are prepared for battle by calling their animal warder and increasing the creature's natural abilities with spells. Beast Lords share every battle with their wanderers, fighting alongside these fierce companions or falling back to heal and aid. Beast Lords also gain spells to slow or damage their opponents. Beast Lords can heal and add to their allies' health and mana regeneration as well, making them a well-rounded ally in battle. Beast Lords can adventure solo, well in many places. They depend on coordination with their warders and well-planned spells to finish every fight, but they can also aid in a group through their spells and melee abilities. The Beast Lord is a great class for players who like the option to solo melee fights, but want to be able to help in a group. The Berserker. There are some in NORAD that are born with the inherent rage that, if controlled, can become a powerful weapon. They are called Berserkers. The Berserker is a master of the two-handed axe and of throwing weapons. To keep their bodies light and swift, Berserkers wear light chainmail. So essentially it's the barbarian class for Dungeons and Dragons. Basically. Berserkers are fearsome fighters that possesses inordinate amounts of strength and bravery. They lunge into battle swinging large two-handed axes or hurling throwing weapons at their prey. They carry huge axes because of the damage they deal and for the fear the weapons instill in the enemy. As great as a berserker's skill with a two-handed axe is, his skill with throwing weapons cannot be overlooked. As he becomes more powerful, he can infuse his rage into various throwing weapons, causing dire effects when they strike a foe. With the mastery of his innate rage, the Berserker also gains the ability to become Berserk, a deadly state which causes a great amount of damage as the Berserker's blade swings with frenzy. As dangerous as the Berserkers are at these moments, they become more vulnerable to enemy attacks. Berserkers do not fear death, and they value speed and agility over personal defense. The Berserker is at his best within a group of friends and adventurers that allow him to unleash his full anger on the enemy without interruption. When standing within arm's reach of his enemy, the Berserker is one of the masters of offense, crippling and maiming with impressive speed and skill. And in situations where an enemy must be fought at a distance, the Berserker has the best throwing arm of any Norathian. Clerics dedicate their lives to the gods of Norath, gaining magical powers in exchange for their faith and service. Clerics are primarily a magic-using class with the ability to wear plate armor and wield blunt weapons. Clerics gain more powerful healing and enhancement spells, greatly increasing the health and defenses of their group, while keeping them healed in the most dangerous battles. While other priest classes have healing spells, no one can match up their power and efficiency to a clerical healing. So, best healers. Clerics are potent enemies of the undead, able to channel their holy fervor into highly destructive banishment spells. Resurrection is also a domain of the cleric, allowing them to bring their fallen companions back from the dead without the normal penalties for death. With a few exceptions, clerics are dependent on being part of a group, but they are highly but they are highly desirable group members. An experienced cleric has a great benefit to any group and is an excellent choice for the social player. In other words, if you want groups, be healer. Just like in any other MMO, healers get in groups. Druids are disciplines of the wilds, followers of the teachings of the Norathian gods of nature. Druids are primarily a magic-using class, with the ability to wear leather armor and wield blunt weapons and scimitars. Druidic magic takes many forms, allowing the druid to fill a wide variety of roles when in a group or adventuring alone. Druids possess excellent healing abilities, powerful mana and health regeneration spells, and valuable enhancements that improve the health and armor of their group. Offensively, druids are both powerful and versatile. They have access to fire and cold-based damage spells, a selection of disease and swarm spells that damage their enemies over time, and the devastating banishment spells focused on unnaturally summoned creatures. Druids also gain some of the best travel spells, including the ability to speed up their group's movement and teleport their group to distant regions. Druids are a well-rounded class, prospering in both solo and group situations. An experienced druid is also able to adventure alone, but is equally at home in a group. The druid is an excellent class for players who enjoy a variety of playstyles and options. And my favorite class. Enchanters are most subtle of spellcasters, with little focus on doing damage directly, but tremendous impact on the world around them. Enchanters are primarily a magic-using class with the ability to wear cloth armor and wield blunt weapons and daggers. Enchanters specialize on improving the minds of their allies, with unmatched mana regeneration spells and mental enhancements. Haste spells are also the domain of the enchanter, providing an incredible boost in attack speed for members of the group. Enchanters have many powers of illusion as well, allowing them to take the form of many different creatures and races. In battle, enchanters are able to bring order to chaotic situations, often saving their group in a fight that would otherwise be lost. Enchanters possess the ability to mesmerize their enemies, temporarily removing them from battle. Attack slowing spells are also a specialty, dramatically lowering the speed of a monster's attacks for a period of time. In many situations, enchanters can call upon a powerful charm spells to subjugate the mind of a monster and command it to do the enchanter's bidding. Enchanters are a powerful class, but often rely upon a group to reach their full potential. Experienced enchanters thrive in chaotic situations, where they can make the most of their offensive abilities. The enchanter is a good choice for players who enjoy playing in groups and like to take charge of challenging situations. Magicians are master summoners, able to call elemental pets to do their bidding and to conjure useful items from thin air. Magicians are primarily a magic-using class with the ability to wear cloth armor and wield blunt weapons and daggers. The mages of World of Warcraft are kind of like these guys, in my experience. Elemental pets are at the heart of the magician's offensive strategy and typically occupying magician in all of his adventures. This pet provides protection for its master, along with powerful attacks and special abilities. Magicians have a large selection of fire and magic-based damage spells, allowing them to mount a magical assault in support of their elemental pet. Magicians have a wide range of summoning spells, allowing them to conjure such diverse items as food, weapons, armor, and magical jewelry. In battle, the magician can encase his entire group in a shield of fire, damaging any opponent that strikes them. Magicians also have spells that lower a monster's resistance to magic, allowing spells to damage them more easily. Magicians are a very focused class, sacrificing some diversity for power in their area of expertise. Magicians are able to adventure solo, but also provide value in a group situation. The magician is a good choice for players who enjoy managing a powerful pet and managing a tightly focused spell situation, or spell selection. That is monk. Monks devote their energies to the pursuit of a physical perfection, shaping their very bodies into deadly machines. Monks are a melee class with the ability to wear leather armor, wield blunt weapons, and use unarmed combat styles. Monks forego heavy armor and almost all weapons in order to hone themselves into masters of combat, using their fists and stout staff to make their mark upon Norath. Monks learn many special attacks to enhance their damage-dealing abilities, including the Dragon Punch and the legendary Flying Kick. In their martial studies, monks also learn other useful skills, including the ability to move silently and fall safely from great heights. Experienced monks also learn to feign death, slowing their bodily functions enough to fool most observers into believing them dead. This trick often allows the monk to escape dangerous situations, as monsters wander off thinking the monk defeated. Monks are a specialist class, focusing on physical combat to the exclusion of all else. Monks provide a powerful ally in a group. Though it's not unusual to see a monk adventuring alone, the monk is a good choice for players who enjoy a strong offensive role in combat and leading groups into their dungeon adventures. Necromancers are servants of the dark gods, studying ancient and mysterious tomes to gain power over the world of the dead. Necromancers are primarily a magic-using class with the ability to wear cloth armor and wield blunt weapons and daggers. Necromancers are able to raise the dead, commanding them to do their bidding and aid them in battle. A skillful servant often accompanies the necromancer in his or in her adventures throughout Norath. Necromancers have mastered the powers of poison and disease, allowing them to assault their enemies with damaging afflictions that savage their vitality over time. Necromancers learn to control and mimic the dead, allowing them to escape harm, convert their health into mana, and bend the minds of the undead to serve their cause. The power of shadow is also within the domain of the necromancer, with spells that bind and choke their enemies in darkness, hide the necromancer in a cloak of invisibility, and teleport through the shadows to escape danger. Necromancers are a very self-sufficient class and often choose to adventure alone. Though they can provide great value in a group as well, the necromancer is an excellent choice for the independent player who enjoys a wide variety of abilities. Paladins are holy warriors who use blessed spells and strength of arms to fight the evil and undead of Norath. Paladins are primarily a melee class, able to wear plate armor and wield many kinds of weapons. Paladins are able fighters and battlefield healers whose combat spells focus on stunning enemies and smiting undead. They also have several spells that increase the health and armor of their allies. Every so often, paladins can lay hands on themselves or their friends to instantly grant a powerful heal. Paladins are the greatest force against undead. At higher levels, they gain special abilities to smite those foes. Paladins also gain a limited ability to resurrect their fallen friends with lessened penalties for death. Paladins can sometimes work alone, healing themselves with magic, but in a group a paladin really shines, going head to head with his enemies and occasionally falling back to heal. Players who like to engage in melee fights, but want the option spells provided will find paladins a great class to play. Rangers are warriors attuned to the ways of nature, able to call upon the power of the wild to aid them in their fights. Rangers are primarily a melee class, able to wear chain armor and wield many kinds of weapons. Rangers are scouts and hunters, able to track enemies from a great distance and engage them with deadly ranged attacks. But Rangers can also fight well in melee, using two weapons to attack their foes. Rangers have spells drawn from nature. They can increase run speed and add to an ally's health, or ally's armor, health, and ability to attack in a pinch. They can heal or directly damage enemies with fiery attacks. Rangers can hunt alone or in a group, though allies allow them to best use their abilities. A ranger's bow is a welcome addition to a group, adding a good deal of damage. The ranger is a great class for players who like to engage in melee battles between troops to explore the broad expanse of Norath. Rogues are the stealthy thieves and vicious assassins that stalk the shadows of Norath. Rogues are primarily a melee class, able to wear chain armor and use piercing, slashing, and some blunt weapons. Rogues are sneaky fighters who always seek to take advantage of enemies by attacking from behind. Rogues can backstab enemies for extra damage, use poison weapons for added effect. Rogues can detect traps, pick locks and pockets, and fall safely from great heights. Rogues are known for the ability to sneak and hide. This allows them to provide almost anywhere. This allows them to move almost anywhere, exploring the dangers that lie ahead. Combined with the rogues' items that use illusion, rogues make excellent scouts. Rogues are a specialist class that works best with a group of friends. Rogues can add greatly to the killing power of a group. The rogue is a good choice for players who would like to do heavy damage while walking the dangerous edge of dungeon exploration. Shadow Knights are unholy warriors who use fear, pain, and disease to attack all that is good in the world. Shadow Knights are primarily a melee class, able to wear plate armor and wield many kinds of weapons. Shadow Knights are deadly opponents who use evil spells to slow and cripple their enemies. They steal the strength and life from their victims, using the stolen power to strengthen themselves and their allies. When needed, Shadow Knights use their powerful Harm Touch ability to greatly damage their opponents. Shadow Knights can feint the appearance of death, fooling enemies into ignoring them. Combined with spells that degrade an enemy's ability to fight, a Shadow Knight becomes a fearsome foe. Shadow Knights can use their dark powers to adventure solo for a time. The Shadow Knight's lethal abilities are best used, however, with the support of a larger group. Players who like offensive melee fights but want the variety of ways to inflict harm on their opponents will enjoy playing a Shadow Knight. Shamans serve as priests to the tribal races of Norath, able to draw upon the power of the spirits and focus it into their own purposes. Shamans are primarily a magic using class, able to wear chain armor and wield blunt weapons and spears. Shamanic magic has two main focuses: enhancing the mind and body of the shaman's allies, and weakening or damaging their enemies. Shaman's enhancement spells are always in demand, massively improving the strength, stamina, and health and other physical aspects of the shaman's group. Shamans are also able to heal their allies and have excellent health regeneration spells. The weakening and damaging spells in the shaman's arsenal are tremendously effective in battle. The shaman attacks his enemies with diseases and poisons that causes massive damage over time, while using cold and ice magic to inflict damage directly. A brutal line of crippling spells that slow a monster's attacks, hamper the resistance to spells, and lower their physical prowess. Shamans are a well-rounded class with strong abilities in both group and solo situations. An experienced shaman can turn the tide of any battle, bolstering their allies while weakening their enemies significantly. The shaman is an excellent class for players who enjoy working in groups. Warriors are the masters of armed combat and defense, taking the point of battles and going head-to-head with the most dangerous creatures of Norath. Warriors are a melee class with the ability to wear plate armor and wield all types of weapons. Warriors build their strength and stamina to unheard of levels, making them far hardier than any other class. When combined with their heavy armor and excellent defensive skills, warriors are unmatched in their ability to survive the most brutal battles. Warriors train themselves in the skills of combat, mastering the use of all weapons and tactics. Warriors also learn to taunt their opponents, making themselves the focus of all their enemies' attacks, allowing the less resilient members of the group to remain safe from harm. Warriors are often the cornerstone of the good group, providing a strong defense while also dealing heavy damage to enemies. Warriors fare poorly when adventuring alone, and are an excellent choice to those who enjoy grouping and taking the front line in battle. Wizards dedicate their lives to learning the powers of fire, ice, and magic, channeling their knowledge into ever more destructive spells to unleash upon their enemies. Wizards are primarily a magic-using class with the ability to wear cloth armor and wield blunt weapons and daggers. Wizards are the most single-minded of spellcasters, with the majority of their spells dedicated to delivering massive amounts of damage as rapidly as possible. To aid in their constant search for power, wizards have also perfected the art of teleportation, allowing them to instantly transport themselves and their allies to the most remote corners of Norath and beyond. Wizards are a tightly focused class, granting the greatest ability to deal magical damage in exchange for limited variety in their spell selection. Wizards are capable adventurers both solo and in groups, and are an excellent choice for players who live to blow things up. Those are all the classes. Now, I get to pick a guy to play. I kind of want to play Froglup, just because they're kind of cool. Froglu's just cool. the female one has the pink skin, I think. Yep, pink skin. What do I want to play? I could play a healer. I have not played a Draken. Might play a Draken. What to play? Necromancer. I have an enchanter. I might go for a necromancer. I already have a fighter. I haven't tried a rogue yet. Could be a wizard. Let's do more melee class like that. I already have a warrior. So let's do a semi-standalone. So let's do a cleric. And I can only worship Vishan. I can always start the Crescent Reach. Parents. Let's see what we do. Oh, I get pick which dragon I'm heritage of. I think that's the red. Marshall's the white. Three the black. Just go bald. That works. Change his tattoos. I like those eyes. We'll go with those eyes. Let's see, hair color, eyes, facial hair, facial color. Choose details. Oh, like changes horns. Ooh. I kind of like that one, just because it makes it look like he's got snake bites. Now, do we want to be the cleric? Or do I change my mind before it's too late? I want to be a necromancer. Change who I worship. Oh, let's go for black. That'll work. Now we just need a name. Nah, we'll go for a cleric. We'll go for cleric. Different cleric. Alright, let's see. Now we just need a name. Can't use that. We'll go Morok. Why not? randomly generate. It's terrible. No. 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 You know what? Theodorus. There we go. Do we want the tutorial? Do we not want the tutorial? Well, I might as well show the tutorial, so. Alright. Gotta set his stats. Now, a cleric uses stamina and wisdom. So, lower stamina by a bit. Oh, wisdom's at max. Okay. So we will increase his strength. And there. Keep everything else about where it is. Can't lower his charisma. Oh, okay. So those are the base stats. And then these ones are where all the points are. Okay. Theodorus the cleric. Enter the mines of Glooming Deep. But like I've said before, this is one of the first MMOs I got into. There's always something to do in this game. Who is it? Is it going to actually read it? Do I have to read it? Oh, where's the voice for it? The abodes of Glooming Deep. Okay. Oops. Many have already been captured. Few have escaped, fearing the further approach of the Glooming Deep raid parties. Your kindred have chosen you to journey to your home city and deliver a plea for help. As the gods would have it, you are captured long before you can reach the capital, alone and far from home. You find yourself beneath the lash of the Glooming Deep kobolds. You are relentlessly questioned about the note you were carrying. Regardless of your answers, kobolds pummel you between interrogations. As the hours pass, hope of survival fades. Soon you slip into unconsciousness. You've regained consciousness. Oop, oop. Okay. Okay. Main chat, other chats. I'd like a new chat window. Because I like my chat windows. I'd like to shrink this chat window. And I'd like to set my filter. Filters. I want... Where's my whispers? Whispers, whispers, whispers. Tells, duh, that's what they're called. Okay, tells will go to this window. So if anyone whispers me, it'll go there. This thing, needs to be moved. It's not where I like it. Move this up there because I like it right there. So it's out of the way. It's there. You stagger to your feet and realize that someone is talking to you. Check the main chat window below to see what he's saying. Artheus, which is this guy. Relax a moment. Just let your ribs. I just set your ribs back into place after the beating you got from these kobolds. You're lucky to be alive. Hold the right mouse button to drag the mouse button to look in the direction. Ugh. Hold the left mouse button. Oh. I just like using the arrow keys. Yeah, so it'll give you all your fun little windows. I like this one. I can't move on. Anyway, this one here is for your questing. Your quest journal. Which always gets in my way, but oh well. I prefer that one there. There we go. So now I can see my target. Yeah, I always have that over there. I forgot how my own layout is. Oh no. Let's see. Yeah, this is the NPC player. Short for non-player character. This is the first step to interacting with an NPC is to target them. Target allies by left-clicking him. Notice that when you target, the name above his head will blink, and this name will appear in the target window. Go away. Target areas, and then click OK. Many friendly NPCs will talk to you when you hail them. To hail Arthas, press the H key. Note that you will need to stand near the NPC. In most cases, it is necessary to have the NPC targeted. You seem low dazed, my friend. Why don't you take a moment to get your bearings? Hey, Arius. Hello, friend. My name is Arius. Lucky for you, I'm good at binding wounds. You almost didn't make it. You can thank me later. For now, let's join forces and escape this dungeon. Artheus responded to your hail in the main chat. Notice that the word escape is highlighted blue and set apart in brackets. This indicates a keyword or phrase that you can use to reply to Arius. To respond, left-click the word escape in the main chat window. Or you can tell Arius I want to escape to continue if you're role-playing. So I can either click this to continue it, or I can say, oops, just gotta spell escape right. And it'll do this. Glad to see you with me. I've picked the flimsy cell door lock with this chisel I stole from the mines. That's one obstacle out of our way. Here's what we have left to do. And here's the quest right here, and you'll click here, click accept to accept the quest. Arius picked flimsy lock and holding your cell. You are both in, but getting past the next gate won't be so easily. To leave the detention area and head to the outer mines, you'll need a key from the Gloomy Deep Jailer. Kill the Gloomy Deep Jailer, take his key, and give it to Arius. Arius. We'll call you Arius. Remember, you can open the quest journal at any time by pressing by pressing and but you were been offered your first quest, Jailbreak. The task window displays a verbose list of all the steps associated with this quest. You press Alt Q to open the quest journal window and examine your quest details. Press accept when you are ready to begin Artheus quests. You're not going to let me close that. Now, you're always connected to the general quest, or general chat, so you can always talk in general. This is in general 2, not in general 1. You can ask for help, like if you have questions. You can also look for people to group up with. We're going to accept the quest, and we've already spoken with him. We need to find the jailer. We need to kill the jailer. We need to retrieve the jailer's key. We need to give the key to Arius. You've accepted your first quest. Jailbreak the task window displays the screen and all the steps associated with the quest. You can also see the brief version of the task quest in the quest overlay window. Just this fun little thing here that I've got completely covered. To complete Arius' quest, you must locate the Gloomy Deep jailer. Defeat him, loot the jailer's key, and then give the jailer's key to Arius. Explore the area till you find the Doomgate jailer. You're not going to go away yet, are you? Okay. Pretty self-explanatory on that one, so we'll just move this out of the way. But the reason my chat boxes are so big, because I play on a tiny TV, a little 19-inch. So, you know, if I ever get a bigger TV, I'll shrink these down because I won't need them as much. And I'll shrink the text and all that, but for right now, bear with me. Alright, Arius, let's go! Oh, I don't have that thing. Oh, no. Oh, look, I have found him. Look, now it gives me my stuff. Okay. You go here. Oh, I remember. I have one sitting right there. Is it that one I have right there? I forget. I forget how to play with all my stuff. My sit, my find. Aha, my spellbook. Fortunately, I don't have my spell list open. How do we... How... Anyway, it should auto-open everything once I'm done. So I left-click to target him, press the Q key on the melee attack button. Auto-attack initiated. Holy, I am tall. And I'm naked. Alright, so this is our little loot thing, which I want bigger so I can see where I get it from. This is our key for the quest, so I accept it. Press I for my inventory, which I like in the middle. Always like in the middle. My backpack I like down here, because this is where I keep my food and such. And look, I have band-aids. There's our little paper thing for we have to deliver. Put that back in there. Alright, so we'll pick up our key. Close that. Oh my god, it looks so weird. So skinny. We'll left click the item, pick it up in your cruiser. Did that. Then left click on the recipient to give the give window will appear and confirm by trading. This is what they're talking about, this little thing. Which I like it over here. You can give them gold and all that, but I don't think that helps you. Anyway. Yay! That sound. It's the level up sound. Best sound ever in a game. I love it. Congratulations, you finished your first quest. A race will lead you deeper into the gloomy deep mines where the slave rebellion is underway. The outnumbered slaves could surely use your help, and you have much more to learn from them. Note the EverQuest EQ button, which is a little thing, will be invaluable to you in your journeys. To drop menus for... Oh, yeah, that's how I do that. Oh. Okay. See, provide a link to every interface window and many options as well. Press OK, and Arius will lead you to the Gloomy Deep Slave Revolt. it goes. It's just a little slow on that one. Alright, there it is, right there. Yay! Little compass, everything. Oh, yep, it gave me it already, so yep, right there. Welcome to the revolt. You have been given 2 new quests. The Revolt of Grim and Deep, if you are ready to begin fighting for the revolt. Hail Rathe and see where you are needed. Basic training. If you'd like more training on the finer points of EverQuest, speak to Arius, and he will direct you to the knowledgeable members of the Slave Revolt. Hail Arius, orders to continue. Okay, I've already given them. Okay. So this will tell me all the fun quests in the tutorial. Need to move this down right there. There we go. I'm missing one. Auras, that's the one I'm missing. This thing I don't need that big. Definitely don't need that big. These are events that are going on in the game, and notifications. Oh, good. It disappeared after I was done. Okay. You can remove a quest if you want, which I'm not going to. Let's move this up here. Cast. Oops. Yep. Made another attack. Ranged. I need to do this. How do I get rid of you? Because I don't need you on there. Ah, there we go. So you hold down the left mouse button to pick up stuff. This one I don't need on here either, because I have them over here on my little spell thing. I don't need this either. Boop. Because I have it right here. That I'll keep. This one can go away. Boop. Target's target. Keep that. It helped me see my target's target as self-explanatory. Now my little enchanter. Oops, too far. Let me get my interface set up to how I want it. My enchanter has a fun little pad, which why my enchanter screen is so kerfuffled, because it takes up this little space right here. He's always out because I always summon him. Now then, what other things do I need up here? Yeah, got that one. This thing right here is group friendly. It's called auto split. And so if you're the leader of the group, you get to determine what everybody gets. Auto split is the nice person thing to do, because it automatically splits gold, silver, platinum, everything. It automatically divides it up among everybody, so everyone gets an equal share. I have been in groups before where people haven't had that on, and they're just greedy and they just take it off for themselves. Yeah. Friendly thing to do. Always turn on your auto split. Just a nice thing to do. You can set up microphone if you want. That's actually relatively new since the last thing I've played. So I'm not going to do that. If you click these, it'll give you a title above your head. Here, let's see if I can show you. Oh, not that one. That one. It'll change the color thing. That means you're role playing. It means stuff like communications, stuff like that. You typically don't do your in character, and so anything outside of EverQuest you don't know about. I roleplay on the occasion, but so I don't know the lore enough to be like, oh, super roleplay. Combat music, I find that gets a little annoying, and so I turned that off. I like the environmental sounds and the randomized loading music. I do like fast destroy, but I don't really turn on any of the other autos. I think that's everything. Oh, I wonder. I don't think I have these in here, but let's see. Just bagging. Make this into a hotkey. I need bind wound. Yes. So that way I can do my band-aids. Oops. I'm a master of common tongue, which you can change the language that you speak in. Ooh, I speak dragon. An elder dragon. Ooh. I didn't know those were languages. By hearing a language, your character, after a little bit of hearing it, you learn the language. You'll start out as one, so you suck at it, so you can't really understand people with it, and you kind of sound like gibberish when trying to speak it. But as you use it, the better you get at it. Swimming, the higher you're swimming, the faster you swim. Originally, you could drown by having terrible swimming, because you'd sink faster than you could swim. But that's something that they've changed recently. Oh, I do not like third person. Okay. So we're going to go and do this one, because he gives you items, he'll give me some gear, and what do my spells do? Oh, that buffs. Okay. Press tab so it targets myself. Let's buff myself. Yeah. Chattering has gone up. And what's my other one? Minor hearing? Nice. Alright. Hail. Death stage complete. It's a big world out there. It helps to know where you are going. You can find, command, locate other important rebellion characters. Yeah, if you click find, which is right here on your actions bar, you can find them, or press Control F to bring up the find menu, and you can follow the sparkly pathway to where you need to go. We found other slaves, not bad friend. Find. If you seek allies in this instance, it's mine. I can send you. What? If you seek allies in other instances of these mine, I can. Oh, yeah. I don't have allies anywhere. So let's see. Where do I need to go? Weapons. Weapons. Items. That's what I get for not paying attention. There's another player. Consider her. She's level 5. That is so weird that they added that. My banker, which I don't have anything. Merchants, achievements, maps, weapons. There he is. Abasta. Right, he's the one I need to go to, right? Yep, Abaster. Hail Abaster to learn about weapons. Hail! Abaster is the weapon maker. You should already have a weapon equipped before you escape with Arius, but Absur can make it better. Open your inventory, remove your weapon from the lower half slot. This is the primary weapon slot. You hold weapons you are currently using in. So pick it up, and we give it to him. Yep. Yay! Now you can quick equip instead of trying to figure out which slot it goes into. You pick it up, drop it there. See? Ta-da! Pick it up, drop it up. And it'll just auto-equip to one of the slots that it's supposed to go into. My master has fixed your weapon up and placed it back in your inventory. Pick it up. Pick up the improved weapon in inventory and drop it in the rectangular icon in the middle of your inventory. Hey, look right there. This will auto-equip this weapon back into your primary weapon slot. Ta-da! I know where all the, well, mostly where all the NPCs are. This guy, I'm not sure what this guy does. Originally you had a book, and you'd give him the book, and he'd do something, and I don't know what he does. I think he just flags you for PvP, but I can't remember off the top of my head. All I remember is my uncle told me, don't give him the book. Don't give him the book. I'm like, okay. Well, now they don't have the book no more, so I'm guessing I just talk to him and ask him about it. So I'm assuming that's a bad thing still. I should go talk to him though, just to show everybody. However, and learn about armor. We could do that. Hail. Ooh, I got armor. Boop. Ooh. If you hold down Alt and left click, you can bring up these little screens on items and spells. That's what I was doing for the descriptions. You can also do it on buffs. So if you hold down, click, see? I can see what that does. You can also do it to your enemies and see what buffs that they have. That's what this little box right here is for. Yes. So see, these are all the stats it gives. Buffs me. The slots are for little gems that you put in there. Taking the gem out is... I've never done it, but it's not worth doing unless you really need to change it. But on low level items, you don't want to waste your time on it. There's offer you a piece of kobold armor to keep you safe. Equip the armor by dropping into the large rectangular icon in the center of your inventory window. Notice that the armor automatically moves to the proper armor slot on your body. Also note that some armor you obtain later can only be equipped by placing it directly into its corresponding slot. E.g., dropping a breastplate onto the chest icon in your inventory. When you do this, the armor becomes attuned to your character, and you will no longer be able to trade it with other players. Awesome. Right, now who do I go talk to? Oh. Her still. Glad to escape you. Slave borns in one piece. There are many others who are not so lucky. Here, take this armor. Now that you have the sleeves equipped, notice in your inventory that your armor class, or AC, has gone up, which is... oh, right there. My AC. The higher armor class, the harder it will be for your enemies to hit you. Varga can make you some burlap armor if you are able to bring her pieces of glooming deep spider silk from the mines beyond, which we will eventually do. Gotta go learn about maps. Maps are important. You may bring up your map window by pressing M. You should see the glooming deep mushrooms labeled on your map. You should see your current position on the map represented by an arrow. Notice it moves when you move. See that? Yeah, bright green. And you go to the mushrooms. Okay. Now, there are two ways to open these barrels. You can either attack them, or you do what I do. What's your name? Open. / open. Accept. Boop. Now that I'm locked onto it. See, normally you can go like this and just be like this, but and try to break it. Watch its health go down. All you do, just do and go open. Automatically opens up the chest. This is what's called a no drop item, which means it's a quest item. By opening containers automatically, quote unquote, defeats them. As far as I know, you don't get experience for breaking barrels, so I don't really do it. Boop. If for the mushrooms. Boop. Yay! And now we gotta go quest. Rathe, and learn about spells. Rathe, oh, there you are. I am tall. I'm not used to that. Reduce off your beneficial spell a buff or for a short. Yeah, for a short. The spell will help you protect you in combat. All spells are currently acting with very effects of songs. I see inspect elements. And right. Oh, I can just right click. Yes, bless me. Oh, it gave me something too. Okay. I know how to do this. Okay. So you click your little book. You take your spell. If you're a caster. And you click it here. And now I have to think. So, but I want these organized. So that's a buff spell. I do this with my little mage thing too, so I'm quite used to it. I took a little moment. And now I've memorized it. There we go. Now what does this do? Oh, for 24 seconds. Target self. Yellows are self-targets. Reds are targets. And let's see. Press 3 to learn about communication. Yep, there you are. Hail! Trevor recommends forming groups with other adventurers to improve your mutual chances of survival. This is the best advice you will ever receive in all of your EverQuest adventures. To invite a player to a group, target them and click invite button in the group window. If another player invites you to a group, the invite button will change to a follow, which will cause you to join the group when pressed. Here's how you whisper. This is for your group. Shouting. It's basically a yell. Out of character. For when you're in role playing, you can be like out of character. I need this information. I forgot how to do it. Main chat, new windows, watch me do that. Chat filter, watch me do that. You can change the colors of the chat, so like if I want all the damage to be like dark crimson purple, you can make it all dark crimson purple. You can join channels, auto join chat channels. Oops, wrong thing. Oh yeah, this is the lore. You can read through it as it comes out. This is when it came out. Slide down here and going up. Let's see, I need to go talk to optional. Learn about trade skills, learn about merchants, banking. I want to do all the optionals. So we're going to do these later, which I've gone on really, really long on this. I can't remember if you guys can see that or not. So I will stop here. Ooh, I look funny. I look really, really funny. Alright. So I will stop here. Here we go. You are in my video. You're welcome. And so I am on the Prexus server or the Rathe, Prexus server. So if anyone wants to come join me and play along with me, one thing that this one doesn't do that futuristic ones do, which are the instance thing. So no matter what, or what part of a quest someone's on, you can always go help them with that quest, which is different than, like, for instance, ESO, who, Elder Scrolls Online, where they do have the instance thing going, and occasionally you can't help somebody if you've already done the quest. Same thing for Warcraft. If you've completed an instance area, it changes and you can't help your friend with it. But this one does not do that. And so it's a good thing. I like it. I'm a little too far away on that one. Fizzled. I cannot cast Courage on Russia. Fine. Alright. And if you guys like my content, please like and subscribe. And click the little bell notification thing. It'll let you know when I come out with new videos. This character, I am going to be doing probably a series on it. Just to show people how to do it. What the game's like. Leveling. Which I still say the level up sounds the best ever notification sound ever in any MMO game. Get you excited, you're like, yes! And like I said, if you guys want to come, group up, quest or something like that, by all means. I will be going over the mechanics of the game as I play through it. Now I'm just rambling, so we'll cover all this in another video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.